Hi, this is Pete Peterson with Stealth Health, and I'm going to talk to you about the third level foundation of uh, sustainable weight loss and optimal health. As I've mentioned in the past, the first level is food security, and I go into a lot more detail in other videos on food security. The next level is exercise, and this level is going to be presented in two parts. The first part is stress management, and the second part is sleep hygiene, or how to get a good night's sleep. But for this video, I'm only going to talk about stress management. This is Shelby. Shelby's a cat that we've had. This is my wife's cat. We've had for many years, and sometimes I call him Eeyore because he's just kind of like Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh, who always just says, "Oh bother." And he doesn't get too ruffled by Belle or by the younger cat in the house. He just kind of just yawns and whatever. But he's not wanting to stay with me right now, so he's going to go someplace else. But we're going to go through these pretty quickly. If you want some additional information, including a lot of research, links to research on the subjects, just click on the link down below. One of the reasons why I had Shelby was I wanted to remember a great stress reducer that I don't usually talk about and isn't in the link that's below, and that is pets. Pets can be a fabulous stress reducer for a lot of people. One of the things I want to just mention about this is that I'm going to go through a lot of things, and you want to just pick a few, because if you try to do all of these things all at once, it'll just stress you out. My grandson is filming this video, and he's playing with the other cat, and right at the moment, and it looks like Shelby decided to leave. The first thing I want to mention is to increase feelings of security, and the way you do that, and for both yourself and also for children, is to have routines, have set routines that you do, and also have good healthy traditions that you have. Traditions around holidays, traditions around vacations, even if it's just simple vacations that you do in your own town, that where you go as a family or go with friends, go do something down swimming at the beach, or hiking, or whatever it is. Just traditions that you always do are really, really important, because they actually help increase feelings of security. The next one I want to mention is resilience. Resilience is really a fabulous concept. About 55, 60 years ago, somebody was doing some research in Hawaii, and they were studying a group of people that were migrant workers that picked the crops and things in Hawaii. One of the things that they noticed about the people that were there, that were involved in the crop harvesting, was that most of them ended up getting involved in drugs. Most of them ended up getting involved with the law, early pregnancy, all kinds of problems, dropping out of school. But what they ended up doing is that they ended up studying the people that were successful. And out of that, they developed the research around resiliency. And there's three primary topics that you see under that kind of category. One is resiliency, another is protective factors, another one are developmental assets. And again, if you click on the link below, you can find out more about those things. Three things that you can do specifically to build resiliency, though, are to increase attachment, close, deep relationships with a few people, not superfluous or superficial relationships with a lot of people, but really good, deep relationships with a few people. The next is develop self-control, and also develop initiation, the ability to on your own start and do things. Those are skills that you can learn and develop. Again, the link below will show you and take you to some research on how you can do that. Next one I want to talk about is self-efficacy. Self-efficacy was developed A lot of the research by a man by the name of Albert Bandura many years ago. And self-efficacy is one of the moving factors of why people continue to do things. Self-efficacy is the belief that you have the power to do something, to carry something out. One simple way to develop self-efficacy is to watch people, to learn from people who have done something, who have overcome an obstacle or difficulty, and copy what they have done. What research has shown as just one simple example is, as you watch somebody doing something that you find to be difficult, it makes it easier for you to copy them and to do the same thing. The next one that I want to mention is be a finisher. A lot of people will start things and not get it done. If you start a project, finish it before you move on to something else. It really relieves stress and just helps you feel better about yourself. It also helps to build self-efficacy. The next one is to align values and behavior. A lot of people have certain values that they've been taught, certain things that they believe and that they feel deeply inside, and yet make choices that are different from those values. The closer that you can be in doing the things that are aligned with your values, the less stress that you'll have in your life. The next one I just want to mention is improve physical health as much as possible. And one of the best ways to do that is to establish the foundation that we've talked about, that I'd mentioned right at the very beginning of this video, and that I talk about a lot in the series. The next one is to have fun and enjoy unifying humor. There's two kinds of humor. There's the kind of humor that pokes fun of other people and puts other people down, that laughs at people. There's the kind of humor where everybody laughs together. The kind where everybody laughs together is the kind that's stress reducing. Next one that I want to mention is deep breathing. Slow, deep breathing is a great stress reducer. And one of the best ways to teach this to kids, and simplest ways, and it's also a fun thing to do, is to learn to blow really big bubbles. And so one of the things that I like to do is to have a big bubble blowing contest, and to see who can blow the really biggest bubbles. I don't know if you could see that in the video or not, but that was a fairly big bubble. You can do a lot bigger bubbles than that. One of the reasons that I do that, the main reason I do this, is in order to blow a big bubble, you have to deep breathe. You have to breathe really deeply, take a deep breath in, and then you have to breathe out really slowly. Doing that actually changes your physiology and actually helps you to reduce stress. Right along with deep breathing are stretches, and there's certain kinds of stretch exercises, again, that you can find in the link below. I'll show you just two short examples of them. One is to breathe in really deeply and breathe in through your nose and raise your elbows, or not your elbows, but your shoulders. Breathe in deeply. And then breathe out slowly through your mouth and lower your shoulders again. Again, breathe in deeply and breathe out slowly. The next one is really silly, and don't do this while driving. But this is actually really amazing, and it has, for many people, it has a really immediate impact. It actually can change your physiology pretty quick. And this one I'm going to breathe in through my mouth. Almost all of them I breathe in through my nose and out through my mouth. And they're all really slow, and I always tighten some muscle, and then I breathe out. But here I'm going to breathe in through my mouth and out through my mouth, and then tighten my face and make a really silly looking face. So I'm going to breathe in through my mouth. And breathe out. And I'm actually a little surprised that my grandson didn't laugh. But he didn't. Okay. Next one is healthy, supportive relationships. As much as possible, it goes along with attachments, but develop really good, healthy, supportive relationships. Spend the time developing and supporting and getting to know somebody individually. Next one I'm going to mention is mindfulness meditation. There's a lot of different kinds of meditation. Mindfulness meditation is just one particular kind. It's a really easy kind of meditation. There's three elements. One is that it has to be an activity that you enjoy. The second, it has to be an activity where you'll lose track of time, so you might even want to set a timer if you need to. And then the third is that it has to be something that you focus only on that activity and nothing else. It's a great stress reducer. It can be done in a lot of different ways. It has to be individual, so it has to be something that you personally enjoy. It can be reading a book for many people. It can be washing the dishes. It can be taking a bubble bath. It can be riding a dirt bike. As long as it fits those three elements of enjoying the activity, lose track of time, and focus only on that particular activity, it's great. The next one is to develop an attitude of gratitude. Three things that I want you to do and try if you decide to work on this. This also will change your life and change it fairly rapidly. Within 2 to 4 weeks, this will change your life. Every single day, and set a reminder, write down three things that you're grateful for. And you have to think of 3 new things that you're grateful for, so not the same 3 things every single day, but write down 3 new things you're grateful for. The second one is to write a thank you note and to send it to somebody. It can be an email, it can be a letter, a card, but it needs to be sincere. A sincere thank you where you're actually thanking somebody for something. Next one I want to mention is music. Music can be a great thing for relaxing. However, there is super relaxing music, but just like if you're driving down the freeway going 75 miles an hour, and then you drive into a town and all of a sudden you have to drive 25 miles an hour, that's usually not very relaxing. Usually it's pretty tense when you have to do that. And so music, you need to step it down. If you're really tense, you need to get some music that's a little bit faster and then gradually step down. One of the best, most relaxing pieces of music that I know of is Daniel Kobiaka's Timeless Motion. Next one is live within your means. There's an old saying, if you spend less than you make, you're a rich person. Next one is simplify. My grandson's telling me that I'm running out of time. The next one is let go of forgive. There's some examples on the link below that are very important. I'm going to skip this one. I've kind of talked about this one. Love and serve others, volunteer, but don't add more stress to your life. If it's something that you enjoy and actually helps you to reduce stress, then do it. If it's something that you think, oh, this is just one more thing I've got to do, then it's not something to do. The last thing I want to mention is for the